Still to come on News Center Maine at 4 today. Students from the Maine Maritime Academy are on their annual summer trip. We'll explain why this year's trip means something more than just graduation.
And speaking of historic ships on iconic trips, the one carrying the Olympic flame, it reached France today. Called Bellum, it was built in 1896, the year of the first modern Olympics. The flame was lit in Greece in mid-April and put on board the Bellum on the 27th. Today, the three-masted ship arrived in Marseille, and in 79 days, the flame will reach Paris and the games can begin. Opening ceremonies are July 26. You can watch them here on News Center Maine.
Hip, hip. Hip, hip. Hooray! Hip, hip.
It is a rite of passage for the students of the Maine Maritime Academy. Every spring, the graduating class sets out on a months-long mission aboard the training ship called the State of Maine. And this year's carries some extra emotional cargo. The ship will be retired and replaced by one specifically designed for training missions. The outgoing ship was originally designed to collect research for the Navy. Then it was converted to a training ship. The State of Maine went into service in the late 90s.
Maine Maritime Academy had it in 1997, and it went out on its first mission in 98. Our Susan Kimball caught up with the crew on their return then and discovered the ship had been at the center of what was nearly an international incident.
Now hear this, now hear this. Liberty call, liberty call, liberty call.
After 2 long months at sea, that call to go ashore is music to the ears of the cadets on the State of Maine. They left their home port in Castine in May, headed for Russia and Germany.
From Estonia, we went to St. Petersburg, Russia. That's where we ran into a few problems.
The problem was that somebody made a bit of an error when requesting clearance to get into St. Petersburg.
In this instance, the embassy had requested military clearance for us as a naval ship, mistakenly.
The minute the Russians heard the word military, they said, no way.
Red flags immediately. They said, no, you can't come in here, because you got to remember St. Petersburg is the home port of the big Russian fleet.
While the State Department stepped in to smooth ruffled feathers, most of the cadets on board had no idea they were making news back home.
We heard roundabout from people who called their parents, and they said that it was in the New Bangor Daily News, I guess, that we weren't getting in, and we didn't even know. And then the next day, they announced it, that it was questionable, and then came through that we were getting in.
Liberty will expire on board for 3rd and 4th class at 2400.
After a 7-day wait, the state of Maine was finally allowed to sail down the long, narrow channel into St. Petersburg, where it delivered medical supplies and winter coats to the needy. After spending a couple of days here in Portland, the ship will head back home to Castine. It shouldn't have any problems getting into that port. In Portland, Susan Kimball, News Center.
Maine Maritime's training ship has been called the State of Maine since at least the 1940s. The one that preceded the current one, outgoing ship, went on its last training mission in 1994. That summer was the 50th anniversary of D-Day, the day that Allied forces started their push across Europe in the last year of World War II. And the State of Maine was part of the commemorations, joining a large host of ships off the coast of France then. Big history there.
What a journey.
Yeah. That is going to do it for us this half hour. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with you at 5.
Chris Costa and Samantha York are in next with a rundown of today's top stories.
Yes, sir.
I just figured I'd put something in just in case to make sure we have something there by the time we start the show. I'm gonna come in the morning and go over everything as well, and I don't think I'll be getting done until it's actually Waco story for a while because right now.
Hi. I should have peed.
I'm sorry?
Excuse me, I should have peed.
Oh. You can always go during the show, right?
I don't like to do it because, well, we'll see.
Microphones and stuff.
For sticking with us, I'm Samantha York.
And I'm Chris Costa. Here's your rundown on this Wednesday. A man has pleaded not guilty in connection to a murder in Portland a few months ago. Abdirahman Mahmoud is accused of shooting and killing Raul Shiuka back in March on St. John Street. The Portland Press-Herald reports that Mahmoud entered his plea in court yesterday. Police say he turned himself in after they reported they were looking for him. Mahmoud is being held at the Cumberland County Jail without bail.